Good morning folks, welcome back to the series. Here we are back at Fry Street. Start it off with some problems, shall we? So this morning we were supposed to have this skip changed. It turned up at like 7:30. Obviously there's not enough room here to fit a skip lorry. So, so he says he couldn't change it. Didn't have enough training apparently. So that's that, eh? He's only been on it 4 days apparently, and he's not had enough training on the skip, so he couldn't actually pick it up. So now I've had to send 2 guys home because there's no work to do because there's no skip to fill. First problem. Second problem. So we started digging the footings. So obviously we can't predict what's in the ground. So when we started digging the footings, we found an old well. So in the old terrace houses back in the day, they used to have wells in the garden for the rainwater. Uncovered a well, and it's a big one. It's something that we can't predict because obviously it's in the ground. It's stuff we have to deal with. So we'll have to shutter it all off to create the footing, and then backfill behind the footing to stable it up. And then when they've poured the footings, then we'll have to dig the inside out and fill it full of hardcore and compact it in layers so it's solid ground. I think the last 3 extensions we've done, there's been a well in the garden. Yes, because it's just the arse type as it is. So yeah, second problem. See the lead pipe here, look. That's the lead pipe that used to go down into the sump. There's all this will go down. There would have been a sump down here that will go into. It used to come up the wall somewhere, and there used to be a little hand pump on the wall to pump the water out of the well, to water the plants and garden or whatever. Have a bath in maybe. I don't know. We have to dig down to the original footings of the house. That's where the brick is there sticking out. They call them step footings. They're not actually sat on a concrete footing. They aren't. These old houses called step footings. So what they used to do, they used to bring the wall down and used to make pillars out of brickwork like that, hence step footings. So they step outwards, and that's all they sat on. And underneath that is mud. So we have to dig down to the original footings. If it's not solid ground, after that we have to dig down to solid ground. Clay, gravel's all right, but if it's made up ground or anything like that, we have to dig through it. The water table will be high because of the canal. We can't just pour concrete straight into them. When we get the concrete wagon here and pour the concrete, we have to pump all the water out and then pour the concrete straight in, because then the concrete holds the water table back, displaces the water it does. We can't just pour concrete on top of water. It's very technical. It's very technical. It's just stuff that people don't see. Do you know what I mean? People just see. People just throwing extensions up. Do you know what I mean? But there's more to it than just building an extension. There's more that goes in the ground, and the ground costs a lot of money. It does. When it goes wrong, it costs money to sort out, and you'll never see it again. It's an odd concept. It's an odd concept. So let's have a look inside. Let's go through what we've done inside. Smile! Smile to the camera. A lot's happened here since you've last been. Obviously all the joists are out, it's all stripped back. We've got some pictures of that, I think you've seen that. The last day or so we've been putting these joists in, chopping new doorways out. We'll show you the plans. Take a picture of the plans and put the plans on so people can see what it's going to look like. Mountain of timber. A lot of timber goes into these. Obviously you can see all new joists, all new flooring. We've lowered the height of the ceiling to 2,450, which is the standard height nowadays. And we'll see when we go upstairs, we'll see how much room we've created upstairs by doing that. Chimney stacks still need to come out. Scaffold's going up next week. Hey? Not on you. So the reason why we changed the joists is, I don't know if you look up there, look, the old holes where the joists sat in the walls, and you can see how much lower we've done them. Obviously, to lower them, we've got to take them out, and when you take them out, they're obviously not the right size, or they're never going to be back into the right place, or anything like that. So it's just easier and quicker to replace them. And half the ones that you take out are all split and twisted and stuff like that. When you buy timber, it's graded on its strength. These are C24s, which are the highest grade you can get. They do C16 and C24. C16 tends to be your stud work, CLS and stuff like that. Joists and anything load bearing the C24s. All the spans and stuff, because you can probably see it's quite a long span, and we get it all spec'd by structural engineers. And also there's something called a Trada table, which is a standardised table for grading timber and how the span of it. So certain spans will do certain lengths, and centering on your timber as well also comes into play when you're doing your spans. Plates on the wall, pole plates on the walls. We resin them and bolt them to the walls, so they stay there. Stairs are on order. 10 days of stairs, because they're all made to measure. Use StairBox because they're good. They're probably the best out there, and they're reasonably priced. And the turnaround's good on them. They've got a great website as well. They've got a stair builder on there. So all you do is put your measurements in there, works out your rise and you go in and everything like that, and you can build your wells to suit. We're gonna get this set done today. You can see a floating chimney stack. We've got to take it down. It's just holding its own weight, really. Shall we go upstairs? Let's go upstairs. You're going to be all right.
Let's get the man in action. Let's get the man here. There he is. Sports fans. Yeah, talking about your day, through your day.
Quiet, isn't it? A bit quiet, isn't it? A bit quiet. Don't like cameras, nobody don't. You are lazy. Get down the shop and get some bacon sandwiches.
Why does Dave fondle his fish?
I like him.
So we ran side timber, like what Richard's doing. You can see him looking down the length of the timber, and you round side it, and you put your round side upwards, don't you, Rich?
Yeah, you do.
Because all timber's got a natural bend in it. Well, not all timber, depends where you buy it from. So it's all facing the right way. So when you come to floor it and stuff like that, it's not a big like wave. We do this to say it's the same process as what we've done downstairs. We fixed the plate to the wall, we bolted it, and we've resined it to the wall, nailed the hangers on it, and we're just putting walls up. This is going to be a structural wall. It's at 4x2, and we'll ply side of it to make it a structural wall. We are waiting on steels to hold these up as well. There'll be a steel underneath this one, which will take the weight of the joist, and it will take the purlin wall up above it. When we put the dormer on the top, will be a steel over this side as well to do exactly the same, to take the weight of the joist. They'll go straight across to the other side to the other plate on the wall where we've bolted and fixed it, resin. That wall's coming out eventually, which then that'll make a kitchen area and ensuite for this room this side. This is where it all starts taking shape. This is the best bit really, which is where we start putting it all back together. We all like this bit, we do, don't we, lads? Don't all talk at once. don't be shy. This is the bit. This is the best bit. The ripping bit is a bit rubbish, really. Some drawings are bad, some drawings are good. We had a problem yesterday of, these are the structural drawings, so these are steel placements, where we've got to put steels and stuff. There's just no measurements on them. So what we had to do yesterday, on that bit of wood, find that scrap bit of wood. There we are, there's a bit of,
Here's your working out.
yeah, there's our rough work. These are our stair measurements. Because on these drawings, there's no actual sizes of the rooms or anything like that. But these ones are to scale, and these ones aren't to scale. So we had to go through planning the stairs, because this steel this side falls over the stairs. So then we had to plan the stairs to get the head height, because there's a regulation on head height on stairs, which is 2.1. So we have to have enough room from that tread to the bottom of that steel for regulations on head height. But because there's no measurements on them, there's no where we're going to place them, we had to scale this to the building and then work the scale out off this one to where the placement is. Do you know what I mean? It's just stuff you have to work out. And I think there, you can see a mark on the floor where we worked it out to. I should have took a picture of it yesterday really and recorded it as working it out, because it's I don't think about it, you just do it. So next time, do you know what, you lot said this, haven't you, about getting Ray-Ban glasses?
Yeah.
Seen the price of them?
See the money you earn?
No, and money I don't earn. Yeah, these are the room layouts as well that we're trying to achieve. So you can see on each room there's like a square meterage on the rooms. We have to achieve 14 square meters on an ensuite room, with a studio room, sorry, not an ensuite. A studio room's got an ensuite and a kitchen. We have to achieve a minimum of 14 square meters for regulations, and for rooms that haven't got a kitchenette, has to achieve 8 square meters. And that was 9.1 look. This is the smallest room. This is the one at the front top. Yeah, so each room has got to be a minimum of 14 square meters. So every time we put a wall up, because there's no measurements on these, we'll check we achieve that 14 square meters. A kitchen has to achieve 10 square meters. That's why we've got this corridor down here, because that corridor there adds on to the square meterage of the kitchen. Complicated. It's not, you know what I mean? There's rules and regulations that people don't know about that we do in the background. We just get on with it because that's the nature of the job really, and that's why we do it. And if you get somebody that don't know what they're doing, it's a costly mistake. It really is a costly mistake. So if we put on socials or whatever, any questions that anybody wants to know, could be anything random or anything that people want us to answer, like T-brands, tools, anything like that, do you know what I mean? We'll sit down and we'll answer them. There's no limits. No limits to what you want to know. Apart from that. Where we're going to be at next week, we are going to be, well, this will be done, the flooring will be down today, that flooring will be done today, so next week we'll have scaffolding up, chimney stacks will be down. I think next week we'll probably be building the dormer next week. We've got all the timber for it. They'll be on the block work, building the extension, so that'll be getting done next week. Hopefully we'll have some brickwork down as well. Scaffolding all around the back here. And the dormer will be going on, next one. So yeah, watch this space, give us a like, subscribe, and a comment.